So before we get started in our new series today, I wanted to share with you a couple of spiritual practices that I received. And these actually go back to the manifesting dyad of faith and imagination. The first one comes from Brian Lowry. Brian says, Kathy and I had been in Pittsburgh all week, attending to my sister who had recently had major surgery. This temporary relocation, along with most of my work being canceled indefinitely, has given me ample opportunity to contemplate the manifesting dyad of faith and imagination. I am recognizing that I have been using the power of imagination to see the current circumstances, financial uncertainty, and family health challenges in a fearful light, which certainly does not support my desires. I recognize that prayer and meditation are and have been powerful tools in helping to alter my unproductive and long-standing propensity to worry. Moreover, my practice of attempting to control persons, places, and things in my life have proven more often than not to lead to frustration. Both worry and control have led to undesired outcomes. Yet I return to them relentlessly. Attempting to change my mind and see or imagine life circumstances in a different way does give me hope. The trick for me is to transform that hope into faith that I can manifest. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to think this through. I need lots of practice. So many of us need lots of practice, Brian. Thank you for taking that on. I imagine you are not alone. I'll join you. Worry, control, those are pretty typical ways that we are used to being in this world. So good for you for taking this on and being willing to change your mind and see something different. I also received this beautiful email from our beloved Deborah Corr, who says this: seeing that we are all one, it appears we collectively used our power of imagination to manifest violence, racism, death, destruction, anger, and rage against ourselves and each other. Yet, what if we collectively brought all the anger, pain, injustice, and hatred up to the light for all to see this week, so that it can finally be healed on a level of spiritual consciousness? Perhaps this is an opportunity to really take a long, hard look at ourselves. Instead of loving and accepting ourselves and others, in what ways are we hating and judging ourselves and others? How are we denying the life, voice, and presence of God in ourselves and others? We are being called to use our greatest power, the power of love. I trust completely in the knowing faith that our true essence is being called forth and revealed. We are witnessing the rebirth of the divine human, ushering in an age of love and peace, allowing heaven to be created on earth. With love, Deborah. So thank you for that, Deborah. What a beautiful vision that we can hold and see together of humanity united, revealing the kingdom of heaven here on earth. And of course, that does take each one of us being willing to put into practice these ideas that we learn and discover together each week. So it is, summertime now. We are into June, and typically in the summertime, I like to lighten up. And so I'm going to do my best to do that over this next series, which is based on a book by Steve Goodyear called Lesson of the Turtle: How to Land Right Side Up. And this week, we are talking about the accident of the turtle. So I want to share with you from the book this week's story of the turtle. The turtle who has been rambling along, doesn't realize that he has stepped on a loose rock and finds himself tumbling head over heels, I guess you could say, head over heels down a hill. And he has this thought, I'm going to die. But before he can finish that thought, he ends up landing upside down, basically on his shell, upside down. And we all know that is not a great way to be for a turtle. And so Turtle recognizes and realizes that he needs help. He believes he's about to die. He squeezes his eyes shut and screams, "Help! I need help, help!" And he screams until his voice becomes rasp and his hope just burned off. And after he lay for a time, still and spent, his mind returned to the accident. "Why did this happen to me?" he whispered. At least if he were to die, he wanted to set the record straight. "I'm not clumsy. I usually watch where I step and move carefully. How was I to know the rock was loose? It could have happened to anyone." I'm going to stop there in our story and ask you this question. Have you ever found yourself knocked off center, seemingly on your back like this turtle with the whole world upside down? I'm going to invite the kids, this is a multi-generational service, to think about that and think about how you might draw that into a picture or put it into a poem that you could video and speak aloud and perhaps send to me. I'd love to see those. For the rest of us, I'd like us to think about, when have I found myself off center? Perhaps it was a time when a relationship was ending and everything about the way I thought life was going to be now looks different. Or again, with a health challenge, a diagnosis that I might have received. Perhaps it's this whole pandemic that we are still walking through that has left you feeling upside down, wondering and reeling what is happening. Perhaps it's the circumstances that have unfolded regarding, racial tensions in our world over this past week. In what way have you felt upside down? And in that place of upside downness, gone in your mind to, why is this happening to me? I've done everything I've supposed to. Why is this happening to me? I want to share with you a way that I felt knocked off center this week. Because I find myself desiring, I have the will to be that ally for these racial tensions that are happening in our world. I am aware of the privilege that I have as a white woman. I am aware of the systems of racial injustice that take place. And so I have been sharing through social media some of the ways that I saw that perhaps we were moving forward. Police taking a knee, police joining in demonstrations. And that, to me, appeared to give me some hope, like finally, maybe we are at a new place. I'm with Deb. I want to see the kingdom of heaven being revealed here on earth. And then someone called me out on my white privilege and said I needed to stop and take a step back and listen to those black voices who were saying it was disingenuous of the police to be doing this, that they were looking for a photo opportunity, if you will. And I was hit. And I was knocked off center. And I wanted to go like the turtle did. Why? Why is this happening to me? I'm an ally. I understand my privilege. I want to be that voice for good, for the kingdom of God being revealed here on earth. And then, knocked off center, I had to step back. And I, like the turtle, as we're going to hear here, needed to be willing to look around and ask myself, what am I willing to see here? And I discovered in my willingness to look deeper that some of that was indeed correct. That there were instances where the police had joined together only afterwards, so quickly afterwards, to once again be caught up in the gassing of the crowds with the tear gas and the rubber pellets with the trying to calm the crowds down. And I had to take a breath and recognize in this off-center place that maybe there was something for me to learn here, something that could set me back right. But I had to be willing to open my eyes and look. And that's what happens to the turtle here in this story. Because suddenly, as the turtle is there, he's startled by a voice close beside him. "It's the fault of the rock you stepped on, then." "Who are you?" Turtle wondered. "I'm Owl," the voice returned. "I heard your questions, and I think that maybe I can help you if you'll allow me to try." "Oh, please help me," begged the turtle. "Please." "I'll try," said Owl. "But first, open your eyes." "Oh, no, I can't open my eyes." Turtle began to shake, and renewed fear arose. be afraid, comforted Owl. Just open your eyes. You may be amazed at what you see. Don't you understand, said Turtle. If I open my eyes, I'll see myself lying on my back and dying. Don't make me open my eyes. All right then, open one eye, just a little. Take a peek, and then close it again if you wish. Turtle thought he could open only one eye, if just for a moment. He eased his eyelids apart, then both shot open as he gasped in amazement. What's all that blue? Straining up to see what captured Turtle's attention, Owl smiled and said, It's the sky. What's sky? Turtle asked. Sky is that all that is above us, Owl explained. You turtles walk with your heads low to the ground. Perhaps you're watching every step carefully so you don't end up on your backs. It's not surprising that you've never seen the sky. Have you ever been there? Asked Turtle. To the sky? No, said Owl. I have flown high, but I've never reached the sky. I suspect it can't be reached. But it's beautiful to look at, blue in the day and black in the night, and the bright light you see, that's the sun. It helps you to see where you're going. Not that it did you much good today. And those specks moving through the sky? Birds, said Owl. Turtle was in awe of the sights of a world that he had never before seen. And as far as he knew, no other turtle had seen it either. In fact, he was beginning to forget he was dying. He stared in wonder. And we come back to this idea of wonder. When we are knocked off center, when our world has been turned upside down, when we're not sure which is the right way up, when we're afraid to open our eyes and see it for what it is, we have the opportunity to look again with holy wonder. What we'll see as we move through the weeks in this book is that Turtle has many friends who come and visit him and remind him of the truth so that he can return to his place of center. And that's what we all have in our lives, especially here through community. We have one another. We have one another reminding each other. Don't be afraid. Charles Fillmore tells us not to be afraid, that one of the greatest lessons that can be learned in spiritual life is that in the spirit and in truth, there's nothing to fear. So open our eyes. See with this holy wonder, this sacred wonder, what is here for me? What's waiting to be revealed? What beauty? If I can allow myself to just look. What truth? So I want to share with you today one of our beloved community members who is graduating from YOU today, and that is Camden Lochner. Now imagine going through your life, seeing that someday high school graduation, knowing that that was going to be a great celebration. You're going to walk the stage with your peers. You're going to be able to celebrate together. And suddenly you're knocked off center because a worldwide pandemic happens the year you're graduating from high school. Well, that's what's happened to Camden and, of course, all the 2020 graduates. Knocked off center, we can still celebrate and honor Camden and come together as community, as her friends, as we're going to hear in the story of the turtle over the coming weeks, remind her of the truth. That no matter that this moment looks different than we imagined it would look, you are divine. There is something good here. Open your eyes to wonder. So on Tuesday night, the YOU group and I and the YOU sponsors got together and we had an honoring ceremony for Camden. So what I want to invite you to is, as you watch this honoring ceremony, be in the question of how are each one that is participating supporting Camden as friend, as family, to remember the truth of who she is. What do you hear as you watch this video honoring Camden Lochner? Go.
Hi, Camden. This is your celebration of graduation from YOU. And I'm honored to begin our ceremony by lighting these candles they represent the light that has always been you, born into this realm, wondrously made, a being that inspires, that fills me with laughter and joy. You are loved beyond measure in all ways. And as you move forward in becoming an adult in our community, remember that I stand with you always, and we are the light, and we are powerful, and you are amazing. And now Camden will read a poem for us.
When I was young, all I ever wanted to be was the big kid. Then, in middle school, I couldn't wait for high school. Freshman year, I had dreams of graduation, and now I'm here. Years of hopes and dreams leading up to this one moment. Yet, I can't help but mourn the loss of an era. This is not the end, only the beginning. I take a deep breath, and I'm off into the unknown.
And now Karen will extend a blessing towards Camden.
Okay, dear Camden, it has been my pleasure to have you in my classes over the years. You were always sweet and respectful and eager to participate. You were always the first to volunteer with whatever was needed to help us out, such as being a kitchen angel for 6 years, helping in our gardens, helping with childcare during our in-service meetings, reading daily word during Sunday services, leading joy songs in opening circle, helping teach the younger kids and the uniteens, participating in service projects and fundraisers, and also leading groups at YOU retreats. And always doing this with a very positive attitude. Your time with us has passed much too quickly. I have every faith that you are ready to go out into the world and achieve whatever your dreams may hold. Wherever you go, our blessings go with you. Whatever you do, may you find guidance and support. May you always consider us your loving friends. May angels surround you and uphold you all your days. May you help make this world you inherit a place of peace and love. May you be blessed forever. May the road before you be clear and light. May you find your friends. May you find your home. May you find your talents. May you bear your burdens. May you know the joy of full contribution. May he lift you up, and may he make his face shine upon you. May he guide his footsteps forever and forever. God bless you, Camden. We're going to miss you.
And now we're going to hear from Correy.
Well, Camden, you're graduating. You're graduating from high school, from YOU, and into the next chapter of your life. This is a pretty big change, and I feel a slightly silly but meaningful Dr. Seuss poem could shed some light on this. It's called Oh, the Places You'll Go. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who'll decide where to go. You look up and down the streets, look them over with care. About some you'll say, I don't wish to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down a not so good street. You may not find any one you'll want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. It's opener there, in the wide open air. Out there things happen, and frequently do, to people as brainy and footsy as you. And when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along, you'll start happening too. And as the poem says, you really do have brains in your head and feet in your shoes. And because of that, I can say, oh, the places you'll go.
Thank you, Correy. And now we'll hear from Joanne.
Thank you. Camden, I am just so excited for you and for this moment that is for you, which I know looks nothing like you imagined it would look. What I know for sure is that I see you and your confidence and your authenticity to being who you are and to sharing so generously of who you are. So I absolutely know that no matter what this moment holds that didn't look like you thought it would, or whatever the next moments hold that don't look like you thought it would, you have it within you to move through those moments with such beauty and such joy and such confidence. And that's what I see for you this day and every day, because I know who you are. I see you.
Aerin?
Try to do this without crying. Camden, I love you. I honor you. I respect you, and I believe in you. So since you were a toddler, you have been a force to be reckoned with. You're full of compassion, love, purpose, and drive. And I hold faith that Spirit will help guide you on your new journey. And as I always say, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be well. Your dad and I are beyond proud of you, and we love you.
And now we get to hear from Camden.
Well, first off, I just want to say thank you to everybody at Unity. You guys have been my home since I was 3 years old. When my mom first decided to take me and my sister into a new church to try something new, and here I am. It's been crazy growing up in the church. It's been like my home, and like my youth and family have been my family and helped me through some of the hardest times in my life and been there to cheer with me in the happiest times in my life. And I just want to thank the church for all the opportunities they've given me to help explore who I am and grow as a person. And I'm gonna miss the family so much.
And now, Correy, I'm going to invite the community to participate with us as we extend a unity blessing to Camden. Corey's going to lead us, and then we'll repeat after him what he says. Correy?
Camden,
Camden,
we love you.
we love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We
We bless you.
And we truly appreciate you.
and we
And we
truly
truly appreciate you.
And we behold the Christ in you.
and
And
we
And
we
we
behold
behold
the Christ.
Christ in you.
Namaste. Yay, Camden! Yay!
Give you a hug.
Woo, woo. Love ya. Okay.
Camden, congratulations on your graduation from high school and from YOU. We're so proud of you as a spiritual community and just excited to see what great things you're going to do in the future. So we're going to sing with the blessing song today. Feel all of us singing this to you, Camden. We love you. We bless you. We truly, truly appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you. Here we go. Sing it with me now. We love you. We bless you. We truly, truly appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you. One last time. We love you. We bless you. We truly, truly appreciate you. We behold the Christ in you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Camden. We see you and your future with bright eyes, and what a joy it is to be here in this moment with you, even though it probably doesn't look like you imagined it would. So if we were together in Unity Hall right now, I'd probably be asking you, what did you see? What did you notice? What happened during that honoring of Camden? And I know you'd all be sharing things like, we remembered the truth about Camden. We reminded her that she was wondrously made. We reminded her of the light that she is. We shared with her the many ways that we saw her expressing her spirit through the years that she has participated at Unity Spiritual Center. We envisioned with her the places that she would go, and we supported and encouraged her to know the truth of who she is, that can help her to meet this moment, no matter what this moment brings. It is those ideas that help us to turn ourselves right side up that we'll be hearing about over the next 6 weeks. And part of that comes from friends, from family, from those that you surround yourself with that remind you of those truths. And as we go, Turtle will be hearing from his friends, reminding him of those truths that he is called to know, to set himself right side up. This week, we're going to practice what it is to set aside our fears. Remember the accident that brought Turtle there? Remember him laying wrong side up, fear, not wanting to open his eyes, wondering why this happened to me? Well, that's what our spiritual practice is around this week. This week, I'm inviting you to pay attention to when you notice fear arising. Catch that fear is what's turning you upside down, unable to move forward. When you are aware that you are again in fear, whether that's through your thoughts, through the emotions that you're holding, through the experience that you're going through, take a deep breath. Deny that this fear has any power over you. Affirm the truth, I am one with the power and presence of God. And then become curious about what other way you could be that might reveal something new to